I have known Damian Green for over 20 years, since we were elected together in 1997. He stands out among us with the highest standards of public service, probity, and integrity. The Prime Minister has known him even longer, and her judgment was to make him her deputy, and the second most important figure in her government. It was, in my view, her best appointment. Yet in the past month Damian Green has been subject to a slew of what amounts to organized gossip about legal activity coming from former police officers arising out of a 9-year-old investigation which was exceptionally maladroit, slipshod in execution and properly subject to very heavy criticism. The officer in charge was Assistant Commissioner Bob Quick. In 2008, Damian Green, then Shadow Immigration Minister, had his parliamentary office raided without a warrant, by the Metropolitan Police, after he was implicated in leaking Home Office documents that were politically embarrassing to the then Labour government. I had known Quick from before this incident, as Deputy then Chief Constable of Surrey Police. Surrey Police has been blessed by two successive outstanding leaders, Ian Blair and Dennis O'Connor, and Quick's promotion from deputy to chief gave me cause for concern that he was being promoted beyond his comfort zone. When he was further promoted to Assistant Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, dealing with some of the most controversial issues of the day, his rather solid qualities were insufficient to cope with the political and operational maelstrom he had to manage. In 2008, Quick ordered Damian Green's arrest to much consternation. Green was swiftly released without charge, and subsequently all evidence and documents relating to the botched operation were destroyed. Or so it was thought until today, when former police officer Neil Lewis, apparently the person who analyzed the computers removed from Green's office, offered up his 10-year-old notebook as evidence that he was looking at pornography while in his parliamentary office. There are serious problems with this. First, and perhaps of most concern, it breaks the fundamental duty of confidentiality for serving and former police officers by putting the details, false or otherwise, of private police investigations into the public domain. The public interest defense is impossible to sustain when the details they allege relate to non-illegal activity, as in this case. Second, Lewis never mentioned the pornography in his 2008 report for the Metropolitan Police. Lewis has admitted to speaking to Quick before breaching his duty of confidentiality, and that it appears the sole notebook he has preserved from his time in the force is one relating to Damian Green. Finally, Lewis changes his position in the course of his BBC interview. He starts off admitting that he can't say that it was Green who accessed the pornography, before later telling the reporter he was in no doubt whatsoever. However, his conclusion drawn from his recollection of the pattern of access to the computer is wholly inconsistent with the normal pattern of an MP's parliamentary life, particularly if you hold ministerial or shadow ministerial responsibility. We simply do not have time as we move from one meeting to the next to have hours to peruse leisure websites of whatever type.